Howdy folks, Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And it is E3 week. And what that means is that we are going to get inundated with massive amounts of game information about upcoming games and consoles and you name it this whole week. And it's going to be glorious. Now, the other thing is that it happens to be Steam sale going on right now. So there is that news of whatever happens to be on sale right then and the E3 stuff going on. So it is just information overload right now. So without further ado, let's get into the E3 recap for today. Let's go. To start off with, I have been lucky enough to, I have to say, I've been lucky enough to be at E3 twice. When it very first started in LA, and I was still in the security industry, and all of my clients were in the entertainment field. I had most of the movie studios as my clients for security, so I had plenty of contacts that, because a lot of the studios also had game divisions, and so it was easy for me to get tickets to E3. So got to experience it firsthand, a couple of years there, and there's nothing like it. If you get a chance to go, it's a blast. So, having said that, let's get into what my observations from the first day here are of things that I am looking forward to in particular. I hope that some of these are ones that you are looking forward to, but nevertheless, this is my list. So, to start off with, Fallout 4. I don't know how many of you have seen the gameplay footage, video, and the graphics and the idea for the story and all the different things about Fallout 4 so far. But by all measure, it looks like it could be amazing. They have also released information that it's going to be in November. It's going to be released, and that there is a collector's edition that actually has a Pip-Boy. If you've played, you know what a Pip-Boy is. That's your little digital assistant in the game, but there actually is going to be one that you can wear in the collector's edition. And your smartphone goes in it, and it has an app, and it's going to be a stupid geek out freak festival for everybody that has one, and I'll probably be one of those. So, really looking forward to Fallout 4. Just watched the Doom 8 minutes of gameplay footage, and I am blown away by how fun that game looks. Because as much as we want to talk about, there needs to be a deep storyline, and there has to be, all these character development issues and all this other stuff that we want, deep gaming and all that. Sometimes you just want a game where you can just start and you can just kick the shit out of stuff. I mean, you just want to rip stuff out and you shoot and blast. And Doom, the Doom franchise, has always given us that. I remember seeing the very first Doom when it was shareware, what they called shareware. Back in the day, I think it was the first episode was shareware, and then if you wanted to play additional episodes, you had to go buy it. And it was a great marketing technique, because at the minute a buddy showed it to you, or whoever, you happened to see him playing it, you had to play. I mean, it was, if you're a gamer, it was like, what is this? I have to play this. This is amazing. And I was over at a buddy's house, and his next door neighbor, who ended up being a buddy of ours, he says, "Oh, check this thing out. You come over to my house, and I'll show you this game called Doom." And we were just watching it, and I went out that day, and I went to, I think, it was called Electronics Boutique, was the name of the game stores. They're not around anymore. And I got it, took it home, and I played it nonstop, I think, till I finished it. And so this Doom uh, does not look like it's going to disappoint. It's going. I can't wait. Can't wait. Um, a surprise. King's Quest. That's right, King's Quest. For all you old school guys out there, guys and gals. Um, King's Quest: A Night to Remember is the name of the game, and they showed there is a trailer. Um, and for those of you that do not know, King's Quest was a game franchise way back with what was called Sierra, and Sierra made some of the best adventure games of all time. They made the King's Quest series. They made the Police Quest series. They made the Space Quest series. They made the Gabriel Knight series, which is one, as you know, is one of my favorite series of all time. Uh, and this apparently is going to be a throwback to the King's Quest series. And there is a trailer. I will put a link so you, if you have not seen it, because all the other footage has been, or coverage has been about Doom and Fallout 4 and all those types of titles. Here's one that might have got under the radar, but any you old school folks out there, I know I'm gonna get that just for the nostalgia reason. So there's that one. Star Wars Battlefront. I hope it's as good as what the trailers that we're seeing is. And then Knights of the Old Republic. I should say Knights. It's just called the Old Republic. The Old Republic EA announced that there's going to be another digital expansion called Knights of the Fallen Empire, and it's going to be free for subscribers to the game, and it's going to be a level cap increase and all that. But there was a really nice trailer on that as well. So if you want to check that one out. And then, of course, there was the Mass Effect, I think it's Andromeda, that was announced. Another one that everybody loves, all the, Mass Effect series. So those are all the ones that caught my eye today. But the biggie that was a console news was Xbox. Microsoft announced that they are now going to make Xbox One backwards compatible so that you can play your Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One. And there was a particular vintage gamer, and unfortunately I went back through all my videos. I have 257 videos, so I couldn't remember which one it was in. I haven't been able to find it. But somebody out there that's watched some of my videos may know off the top of their head. I did a video a couple years ago when Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came out, and neither one of them were backwards compatible. And I ranted and raved about it because I said, for the amount of money you're charging, you're telling people that they can't, their Xbox 360 and their PS3 games, they can't play them because it's not backwards compatible. Why didn't you think of that when you were designing it? To have the player in mind. Well, it was all a greed thing. They wanted you to buy all the games that you had on Xbox 3. They wanted you to buy them again for Xbox One because you couldn't play your Xbox 360 one on your Xbox One. And so I'm guessing a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people did not duplicate their games. And so now they've decided that they're going to go ahead and somehow figure out backwards compatibility. PlayStation, you're up. In the old days, with Atari and all that, the newer consoles would come out, and you could always play if you had I think it was an Atari 5200, you could play your 2600 cartridges. You could take your 2600 and put it right in your 5200, and you could play it. It was backwards compatible, and it was good for gaming. So, bravo, Microsoft, on finally seeing the light. I think that all of my rants from way back then about the always-on DRM, or at least the DRM where it had to be connected to the internet at least once every 24 hours for the console to work. You guys ditched that. Then there was the whole thing about that you weren't going to let people you play used games on your console. You had to ditch that, and now you've ditched the no backwards compatibility. Sounds like us vintage gamers might have been onto something when we were trying to tell you that, because it wasn't just me. There was other YouTubers out there, guys my age, maybe a little bit younger, and all of us were all saying these things from the get-go. And it sounds like you finally listened. So, bravo. It took you a while. It took you too long. Should have been done from the get-go. You probably would have sold a lot more units. And PlayStation, now we're looking at you. It's time for you to follow suit. So, anyway, guys, that'll do it for this one. I'll probably do a recap for day 2 tomorrow. So, we'll catch you then. Catch you on flip.